Yeah. What it do with the business is the one when I see the Cuban. I'm back. You dig? This time we got a comedian slash actor. I guess actor slash comedian, same difference. Brian Hooks, man, he was in this cult classic movie Three Strikes, which was about a guy who had just got out of prison. It was based in California. It had Faizon Love in it, who plays Big Worm in Friday. A lot of famous West Coast hood movie actors was in that shit. And he had just got out prison and he had one more strike or he was gonna go do life in prison. And it was a funny ass movie. A lot of people who are really into the hood movies from back in the day, or even the movies at that time, and the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like your Boys in the Hood, your Menace Society, your Fridays. Those a lot of people fuck with Three Strikes. But I guess he just had an interview with Comedy Hype. Shout out to Comedy Hype. And was talking about what happened because after the movie came out, I'm pretty sure he was in something else, but he ain't really. He won't. I thought the nigga was gonna blow up because he was funny. I was like, oh, this nigga like on some Chris Tucker shit. Like he. So let's see what let's tune in and see what the fuck he had to say about what happened to him. Shout out Brian Hook.
Now the audience in Willacoochee, Georgia was like, yo, what the Three Strikes do, man?
When I think about Three Strikes, with you on the cover, center cover, presented as if like, this is the next guy. Right. This is the next star. He's gonna after that, what kind of, were you still on a roll or did things kind of transition, slow down? When did you notice things slow down for you in this space in terms of being in front of the camera?
I think that's the thing for me. I didn't notice because I was doing my own thing. And I'm not saying that's a good thing, you know what I mean? Because the higher my stock with studios and mainstream films, the higher my stock is with my independent films. So I'm not saying that's a good thing, but I was focused on what I do, so I didn't notice, right? It's because I was doing what I do. Now, the audience in, Willacoochee, Georgia was like, yo, what the Three Strikes do, man? Like I thought, you know what I'm saying? And so he noticed, but I didn't notice. And I should have put more emphasis on balancing that, even if this is my goal as a business person, because this raised my stock. But that's not where I was at that time. And then I look back and, and then folks will say, man, where you been? What you been doing, man? I haven't seen you. And I'm like, yo, I did 3 films and I made a lot of money doing them. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, nah, bruh. We want to see you, man. I need to see you. And so, and that's just something, that's just part of the journey and part of the learning experience, man. But,
Bro, that's why, you know what? And that's why I work so hard, bro. People ask me, that's another reason I work so hard, bro. Because it's like, I don't want to be one of them niggas that be like, damn, what if I would have worked hard enough? Or what if I would have listened to people? Or what if I you see what I'm saying? Like, kind of like what he's saying. I don't want to, even though he's still young, he ain't like he old and he all fucked up. I'm pretty sure he doing well. But, yeah, bro, you got to bust your ass, bro, because it's all up to you. Your legacy is all up to you, bro. Like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, it's all on you, bro. Like, you put the work in. You do the research. I ain't really into waiting on nobody, bro. I'm not into it. I will if I have to. If I got to wait for an engineer to mix a song and send it back, or if I got to wait for fucking some shit, whatever. It could be some YouTube related. If I got to wait for the thumbnail dude to make a thumbnail, even though I do all thumbnail. But I'm just saying, if I hired a nigga who make clips and I got to wait on that to come back, yeah. Because at the time, I really don't know how to, you see what I'm saying? So it makes sense, feel me? But yeah.
And again, and it's often that's attributed also to it. Are you hanging out? Are you out there? Are you in the circles? Are you partying? Because at the end of the day, man, like for you, if me and you're gonna give your friend or someone you hang out and run around with a job with you before you are a stranger. Right? You know what I mean? You guys work together, so if something came up and there's some next level stuff, or they said we need one more person, you're going to choose someone who you hang with and who you know. You're not going to choose John Doe who you've never met. So when they're doing these projects and they're like, so should I choose John Doe or Brian? And John Doe I run with all the time. Well, I'm choosing John Doe, right? And so that's not confusing to me. Like, people work with and help people who they know in their circle and their friends. And I was in none of those circles, you know what I mean? So, if it were like, if it was folks who I vibe with, then great. But again, I'm not going somewhere and pretending to be somebody I'm not, 2.5 hours.
That nigga's too real for Hollywood. He's too real for Hollywood. That nigga was too real for Hollywood, bro. That's what happened.
Hours just to appease anyone or whatever.
Couple more questions. As far as Eve would be a moment in your career as well. Where, like, did that hit at the right time for you? How did that impact maybe what you were doing at that current moment?
That's the great thing about being independent and me sort of steering my own ship. There was never a conflict because I was in control of the independent things I was doing. So if something came up, I could stop, go do that, and then start back or work around that schedule because I make the other schedule. But Eve, man, that was an amazing time. And, and again, like I said before, that was when I was making a ton of money for just like showing up and showing out, bro. And we would go over to that Gower lot and I was put my PlayStation on and I would be playing games and shooting this shit for like, if we were there 10 hours, I'd be shooting this shit for maybe 8.5 of them, and we worked 1.5. So it was an amazing time, and that, I don't think I was comfortable. And again, I should have done more to leverage that exposure towards, my independent and the things I was doing, but I was comfortable. And I was growing, and it was part of the journey and learning. But Eve hit at an amazing time, and it was a great 3 years.
Damn. Shout out Brian Hooks, man. That is crazy, bro. I always wonder what the fuck happened to bro. Like, no Kizzy, you know what I mean? Like, where is bro at? Like, what did he do? Like, who? Like, what the fuck? Cause that nigga was funny, bro. He was funny. He had his own little style and shit. But I feel him on the independent shit. It's just like, I don't know, bro. Fuck that, nigga. I'm grinding. I'm taking every opportunity, even if I gotta go work with somebody else. You don't gotta do everything independent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you do gotta be a socialite when it comes to this music industry, this film, social media, all this shit. You gotta be out and about. You gotta meet people, know people. You see what I'm saying? So you might gotta go to a bar to get a drink, or a club, or a lounge, or go to an event, or a expo, or you see what I'm saying? Twitch, if you're a Twitch nigga, what's that shit called? TwitchCon. I mean, TwitchCon or something. You know what I'm saying? One of them type shit like that. So that's just the nature of the beast. You got. That's how you network, bro. It just is what it is. Even though you might feel like you're wasting time at the current moment, but you're not really. Because anything, you don't know how much money you finna make from one of these relationships or any of these people or what you about to run. You see what I'm saying? You can run into some shit that could change your life. I don't know. What it'll be. It could be opportunity, a person, I don't know. But you only get that when you go out and mix in with the social shit. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, shout out Brian Hooks, man. Dope to see that brother still alive. Still, he ain't on drugs. He ain't tweaked out. Y'all let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, notifications, I'm gone. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Another thing. Please, go follow my Kick. IQ Shaheed on Kick. We will be streaming from Kick probably in about an hour and a half. Or maybe, let me see. Either an hour and a half or 2 hours. For the first time. Shout out to everybody. I love y'all. Like, I'm subscribe, notifications bell. I'm gone for real.